Okay, so today we learned, well, we actually reviewed 2 scales and then we learned a new scale. So first, let's just review the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right hand ascending 1 octave scale. C scale, swing. Okay, then we did the G scale, which is 1 sharp, the F sharp. See that F sharp? And then last, the new scale that we learned today was the D scale, which has 2 sharps, the F sharp and the C sharp. Okay, so go over those. Continue to work on your right hand position in your treble clef, starting with middle C with the thumb. This is great for sight reading, hand-eye coordination, and warm-up with the fingers. So we have, of course, the C, D, E. See how it steps? Line, space is steps. And then it repeats. So we always want to analyze our music. On the second line, we're starting with the pinky and we're stepping down. Line, space, line. Then we repeat it. So that's the pattern. I want you to get used to looking at patterns. And then the third line where we start on middle C with our thumb. And we step up, line, space, line. Then same, step back down, space, line. Of course, we'll review our quarter and half note. Quarter notes are continuous. They get 1 count. They're filled in on the note part with the stem. Half note, it's held for 2 counts. It's not filled in with a stem. I know that you had completed these, page 14 and 15. But what I love about them are the patterns. Stepping up, stepping down. Then this is all treble clef. Skipping line to line. Skipping up, skipping down, skipping up, skipping down, skipping up, skipping back down. So I want you to work on that whole page because it's a great warm up. It warms up the fingers. It exercises the fingers, and it also stimulates the mind conceptually. When it comes to hand-eye coordination, get used to that. See, spaces are skips. Those are skips. Line to line, those are skips. We also talked about the left hand. We talked about the bass clef. We said that although there is a bass clef, which we're introducing our left hand position, which is our pinky is on our lower C, 1 octave down from the middle C. We also talked about how just because it's the bass clef does not mean that your left hand has to play in the bass clef. Same with the treble clef. Bass clef is middle C all the way down, which is the lower register. See? And then treble clef is middle C going up. Last, we talked about the whole note. The whole note is held for 4 counts. It reminds me of a stop sign. Quarter notes just keep going. You're walking, you're moving, and all of a sudden you stop at a half note because it has a stem on it, but it's not filled in. That's 2 counts. And then you start all over again and you stop for 4 counts. So how would that sound? I got my maraca. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, hold for 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that make sense? And then, of course, you're going to sight read. This is a great sight reading piece, exercise. We already clapped that rhythm, okay? So we're going to play what we see here. There's patterns. Of course, we're going to keep on going like we're reading a book until we get to that double bar line, which indicates that that's the end of the song. And then you got some theory to do. We're going to be filling in those bass clefs, and then we're going to fill in these notes. Our mnemonic device for lines for bass clef is good boys do fine always. For spaces in between, it's all cows eat grass. That is a mnemonic device for your bass clef. So if that be the case, this first one, all cows, that would be a C. Good boys do, that would be a D. Let's do another line. Good boys do fine, that would be an F. Okay, here's one more space. All cows eat grass, that would be a G. Okay, plus not to mention space or line space or steps. So that helps with give you a more fluent opportunity in your sight reading.